Good morning to the Louisville tip-off luncheon yesterday for both Kentucky basketball programs. And as you can imagine, the Big Blue Nation filled the Galt House in Louisville, Kentucky to hear what head coach John Calipari had to say. Of course, his son Brad Calipari joins the team this year. And he already told his dad he sees a future in coaching. As for Cal's wife, she expects him to get some playing time this year.
For the first time, he said, "Dad, I think I may want to get into coaching." I said, "Well, then this is a good place. I can make you can go in the film room, you can learn it, you're around us, you know, if that's what you choose to do, but don't do it because I'm doing it. You do it because that's something you'd want to do." Now, my wife, she thinks he's playing. Like you're going to play him. I said, "Ellie, stop now." And he says, "No, you think I'm kidding." She's like, "You'll see. You'll play him."
Oh, you gotta love that. We led with the Kentucky basketball tip-off luncheon, so you know that's what tells you where the state of the football program is right now. And the game versus Vanderbilt on Saturday is a must-win for the football Cats. Last year, Vandy beat Kentucky in Nashville, forcing the Cats to win out versus Charlotte and Louisville. Remember that, to become bowl eligible? Well, you know the story. That did not happen, so most look back at the game and say that is what cost the Big Blue Nation a 6-win season. Mark Stoops still not over that loss last year.
I never singled anybody out, Jen, but does the last year's Vanderbilt game hurt? Absolutely. It bothers me. It'll probably bother me for the rest of my life, yes.
Our coach, Saban,
this is a total new year, you know.
Yeah, so a totally new year, but the Cats have to finish this week. That is something Kentucky could not do in last year's game. Of course, a couple goal line stances. So here we go, homecoming weekend in Lexington, Kentucky and Vanderbilt, 4 o'clock kick on the SEC Network. The all-time series between the two schools is deadlocked at 42-42. The Cats would love to get that 43rd win on Saturday. Right now, they are 2.5-point favorites. Now to Chalk Talk, Episode 6. For the most part, former Kentucky quarterback Freddie Maggard is happy with how the Cats performed in Tuscaloosa and knows how important the game is Saturday for the Cats.
Episode 6 of Chalk Talk is here. I'm joined again with good old Freddie Maggard. We don't have positive things, but there were positives that UK did show. And what did you think?
I thought Kentucky showed resolve. That's the only thing I wanted to see. I want to see passion, effort, determination. I did not want to see Kentucky play scared or back down from Alabama. It did not do that. First quarter, 3-3. Kentucky battled in depth, took over, and superior talent from Alabama. But there were positive statistical notes as well. Kentucky plus 35 special team yards, held Alabama to 50 yards less rushing than their game average, held them less than their point total per game average. So there were some positive things that Kentucky did. I liked how that young defense played. I like how the linebackers played. The defensive line played better, even against that superior talent. So Steven Johnson cleans up those turnovers. You know, what started as a hiccup against New Mexico State has now turned into a 3-game trend. He cannot continue to turn the football over if Kentucky's going to win, especially next week against Vanderbilt, who causes a lot of turnovers and does not cough the ball up very much. So Kentucky has to play clean, especially in relation to turnovers against Vanderbilt.
Going into Vanderbilt, they do have that turnover ratio to worry about, but they also have Ralph Webb, who is a stellar running back. What do you think the defense is?
I think Ralph Webb is the most undervalued and underrated player in the Southeastern Conference. I projected him or voted him second team All-SEC in the preseason. That's how much I think about him. Last year, 33 carries, 113 yards. I think he will surpass 35 carries against Kentucky because he has taken that team on his back. So Kentucky has to focus in on stopping him. By doing that, if the defensive line maintains gap responsibilities, not allow him areas of opportunity to run to, linebackers play smart, scrape, tackle, Kentucky will be just fine. But the UK defense has bothered me the last 2 or 3 games because it's missed several tackles for loss opportunities as well as quarterback sacks. With this team, with Kentucky's current team, with the margin of error so small, it has to do those things right. It's like facing the pitcher. Alabama was a all major league pitcher throwing 100 miles an hour. But even a pitcher hang a curveball. So when the curveball's hung, Kentucky has to hit it out of the park. They will have those opportunities against Vanderbilt.
Well, we got the bye week next week. I'll still talk to you though next week. So we'll be back next week with episode 7 of Chalk Talk. See you next week.
All right, thank you, Carly and Freddie. Good stuff as always. Last week, Knott Central's Jake Brown took home the U-Pike top play of the week from week 5, and in week 6, well, my goodness, he finds himself back into the contenders list. Let's go. Knott Central, Magoffin County, bad snap. Ty Holland, he wants to scoop and score. That's not happening, but guess what? Yes, Jake Brown is there. Get off me, bruh. Throws the stiff arm. He says, this is my job. I score the weird touchdowns. Last week he took a squib kick back. This week he takes a fumble back for 6. Let's stay in the same game for contender number 2, Magoffin County going for 2, and Dylan Williams to Brady Whitaker back in the end zone. Great catch by Whitaker. Patriots, they'll win the game. Next 2 nominees coming from our Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week.
And it's caught by Lucas. Got behind his man, and he will take it to the house.
Nick Sargent to Tanner Lucas for a 63-yard Central touchdown. Let's go back to Tanner.
To Simmons, needs a block, gets it, and a lot more. Tyrese Simmons. He leaves everybody in the dust.
Tanner Hesterberg with the call. Another 63-yard touchdown. This one by Harlan County's Ty Simmons. Black Bears win the game. Phelps for contender number 5 on a 4th and 12. Preston Stump takes the screen. Does a little track move with the hurdle there, and the Hornets get their 2nd win on the season. Out to Allen Central, Dylan Cottle, 90 yards. He gone. Bye. Rebels, though, lose for the first time this season. Pulaski County's Jake Johnson with the next contender. Look at the footwork, folks, and enjoy it. Oh, my goodness. Kid is so good. Maroons are rolling. Last nominee, Donovan Arthur of Knox Central. Get out, me, bruh. 65 to the house. The Panthers win their 3rd straight game. To vote on the U-Pike top play contenders, go to the sports page on WYMT.com. Click the top 5 plays tab right there on the top right and vote. We'll count down the top 5 Thursday at 6. Next half hour, you'll hear much more from John Calipari at that UK Alumni Luncheon. That's First Look at Sports this morning. Enjoy your morning.